So our intuition is essentially divinely guiding us through all of the situations, all of the circumstances, all of the lessons that we need to learn in order to become the person that we were created to be. Welcome back to the Business Bar. In today's episode, what I'm going to be talking about is how to connect to your intuition, as well as why actually having a practice to connect with your intuition is important if you are trying to grow a business or working towards some goals. I've paired this chat with a delicious cocktail that's actually made from like gin and pomegranate and sparkling water with all of this delicious fruit. It's a super light and, fluffy cocktail, which I'm not sure if that perfectly describes your intuition, but I just really think it to be like all glittery and glitzy and glam and full of light. So there's no rationale really. I just think it's a nice cocktail and a nice topic to talk about. If you liked the video, I would very much appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you're new around here, then consider subscribing. That's really nice. So I want to start by talking about exactly why it's important to be connecting with your intuition if you are trying to achieve goals or grow a business. This is going to get a little bit woo-woo, so please do bear with me for a second if this is not something you're used to hearing about. But our intuition, or our higher selves, or our connection to source energy, whatever you want to call it, it's said that our intuition has a 360 bird's eye view of our entire journey here on Earth. And all of the goals and the paths that we go down and the things we want to achieve, we can only see so far in front of us, but our intuition knows everything. It knows every little step we take, every mistake we make, and how that fits into the bigger picture of our life. So in thinking about that, the more that you actually listen to your intuition, the more that you can trust that you are being divinely guided, that even if you do take a wrong turn or a step in the wrong direction, that it is a part of a bigger purpose. Often in hindsight we think, oh, okay, I was supposed to make that mistake, or I was supposed to break up with that person or lose that job because it ultimately led me to where I am today. You even hear stories of people who are in horrific accidents who then go off and do amazing things in the world, and at the time being in a horrific accident was probably, not what they thought was going to be their higher calling in life. But then they go off to change the world because of that accident. So in hindsight, it was supposed to happen, essentially. But it's never going to feel like that in the moment, right? So our intuition is essentially divinely guiding us through all of the situations, all of the circumstances, all of the lessons that we need to learn in order to become the person that we were created to be. So by listening to our intuition, therefore we are always being guided in the right direction. Again, though it might not always feel like it. And that's where a lot of people get tripped up when it comes to trusting your intuition, because sometimes you do trust that gut feeling and it goes wrong, or what you think is wrong in the moment. But it is really important to trust your intuition. It's obviously important to trust your logic and your experience as well. They say that 99% of the decisions that are made by our gut, 99% of those, first reaction decisions that come up in moments of decision making are usually the right ones. So it's important. Your intuition knows exactly what you need to do in life to get you to where you want to go. Obviously, you need a practice to be able to connect to that intuition more frequently, because as we've been raised, as we are conditioned throughout our entire life, we're so easily influenced by everything we hear around us and all the beliefs that we have. And sometimes it can feel like we're listening to our intuition, but we're actually just being influenced by something we've either seen online or we've heard from a friend or our parents have instilled within us. What I'm going to tell you today is just a couple of things that you can start to do that is going to really, really help you to connect with that internal voice, with your intuition, with your gut, whatever you want to call it, with your higher self, with God, with the universe. There are so many names that describes the infinite intelligence that we have available to us. So the first thing that you can really do, and this is gonna sound basic, and I'm sorry I use this tip all the time, but it shows how powerful it is to meditate. By actually quieting your mind on a regular basis, you're blocking out all of that external influence. You know, we see things on social media, even when we're learning things, we're always having other people's opinions, and therefore our ideas and our inspirations and our decisions are influenced by all of that external chatter. So, you know, we might say, I want to start a business, and you have all of these great ideas for your business, but really those ideas are coming from all of the things you are consuming. When you actually quiet yourself through meditation and you kind of start to block out all of that external noise and that external chatter, you have a better chance at actually hearing the voice that is inside you. Now, it sounds weird when I say the voice that is inside you, but that's generally how people describe it. You know, when you have like ideas and inspirations that just pop up and they feel like they're out of nowhere, or a lot of people call them like divine downloads as well. There's so many ways to describe all this stuff. And if you're not into it, you're probably thinking, what the hell right now, but please try bear with me. So meditation is a really, really good way for you to start connecting with yourself and with that infinite inspiration. So this doesn't need to be anything too intense. You know, just 10 minutes a day is a really, really great start. Meditation obviously has a host of other benefits, whether it is to ensure that you are more focused, you're more calm, you're happier throughout your life. But connecting with your intuition is a huge one. Now, I always suggest guided meditations for people who are beginning, but something that I've realized lately on my journey is that silent meditations is actually the best way for me to connect with my intuition. So whilst I really do love the guided meditations for other purposes, for focus, for clearing the chakras, all of this, balancing the chakras, I should say, I think that silent meditation is the best way for me to really just tune in to any ideas or whispers that I'm getting from my intuition about things that are currently going on in my life. So meditation is the first one. Now, the second practice that I have is journaling. But the specific type of journaling that I'm talking about is called morning pages. This is something that I started, I think, about 4 or 5 months ago, and I've not done it every single day, but I've been pretty consistent. It's probably the most consistent I've been with a journaling practice, and I love it. Now, this is going to sound really weird, but basically what morning pages is a practice that you are forced in a composition book or a large A4 exercise book, not just a small journal. You need to write out at least 3 pages. You need to just force yourself just to keep writing, whether it's like a stream of consciousness or whether it is just you writing out your goals, your perfect day, anything like that, but you have to complete the 3 pages. What I actually do is called like a self-dialogue. I've given my intuition essentially a name. The name I just asked to be given a name, and the first name that popped in my head was Ray, but I was thinking more of like a ray of sunshine. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I do like a dialogue between myself and Ray, my intuition, where I would ask questions and I write down all of the very first things that come up. I've had some of my best business ideas, some of my best inspiration, some of my really hard times that I've gone through. I've been able to work through them with this practice, with the guidance of my intuition. So journaling is another really, really good way, and I definitely recommend morning pages. I am doing a morning routine video actually right now as well, which I talk more about morning pages. And the last kind of tip that I do have, those two, meditation and journaling, probably are going to set you in the right direction, but I do have a little kind of extra bonus tip, which is a really cute one. Just to know that you are being divinely guided, just to give yourself a little bit more faith in the process of connecting with your intuition, or to listening to this higher power, because again, if you're not used to this stuff, it can seem really intimidating. What you can actually do is when you start trying to connect with your intuition and be guided through certain situations, ask for signs from the universe to show you that you're on the right path. Now, a lot of the signs that most people ask for is angel numbers. These are reoccurring numbers, 222, 444, 888, and they all have different meanings. But you could also ask for a specific sign. I know Gabrielle Bernstein talks about her sign being a butterfly. So when she's trying to connect intuitively to the decision-making process of certain things in her life, she knows that it's the right decision if she's shown a butterfly. You could ask the universe, I want to see some flowers or a red car or a Dalmatian. I'm literally listing off one of my clients' signs from the universe. But ask for something like that And if you are wondering whether you're making the right decision, then kind of give yourself a time frame. Say, I want to see a Dalmatian in this amount of time. And then, you know, if you do see one, then you kind of know that you are still connecting with your intuition and you're being divinely guided. Now, don't take that stuff too seriously. Take that all with a grain of salt. That's more just to build up that faith and to really just have a little bit of fun with all of this. You know, it's not supposed to be taken too seriously to the point that you're stressing yourself out or that you are basing every single decision that you make on connecting with your intuition or getting a sign. But when you do really start doing those practices like meditation and journaling, you'll start to notice a lot more inspiration and fun and joy coming into your life and really great ideas and guidance on the struggles that you're going through. So that is why I think it's really important to connect with your intuition, and those are the ways that I do so. If you've watched this video and you have any other ways that, or any other practices that you have to connect with your intuition, then please do leave them in the comments below. I know another great one, which I just started doing, so I didn't kind of want to talk about just yet, because it's not something I know a lot about, is, you know, using tarot and oracle cards and things like that. So that might be a new video for another day, but if you've got any tips of your own, please do leave them in the comments below. I really appreciate you joining me at the business bar today, and I will see you in the next episode. Cheers.